It started as a harmless, spur-of-the-moment comment. Honestly, I meant it as a joke, nothing more. There wasn't a drop of ill intent behind it. Just the kind of playful banter you toss out when you're in a good mood and feeling a little cheeky. But those 7 reckless words, a single careless line, turned my entire world on its head. My marriage, my home, my relationship, all unraveled in a heartbeat. It all went down on a cool Friday evening. Emily, my best friend, had just endured a brutal breakup and was desperate for a change of scenery, anything to escape the suffocating silence of her apartment. Eager for a distraction, she threw together a last-minute girls' night. Dinner at a cozy little bistro, drinks at a lively bar, maybe even some dancing to shake off the heartbreak. The night promised to be the kind that wrapped comfort in sparkles and laughter, the kind that feels more like therapy than fun. It had been over a year since I'd allowed myself something like that, a night just for me. When I stepped out of the bedroom, fully dressed and ready, Nathan was stretched out on the couch, his attention fixed on his phone. I'd actually put in effort this time, sleek black jeans, heels I hadn't worn in ages, and a swipe of bold red lipstick that made me feel vibrant again. Not over the top, just enough to reconnect with a version of myself I hadn't seen in what felt like forever. He glanced up, one eyebrow arched. "Wow, really going all out tonight," he said with a faint smirk. "So, who's the lucky guy?" I let out a soft laugh. Light, easy, careless. Flashing a playful grin, I shot back. "Oh, just in case I run into someone better." And just like that, everything changed. I saw it, a flicker of something in his eyes. Hurt, disappointment. His smile slipped away, and the warmth in his face vanished. He gave a small nod, murmured, "Right," and went right back to his phone. I should have stopped right then. Should have said something to fix it. Told him I was messing around. But I didn't. My phone buzzed. A message from Emily saying she was outside. My mind was already halfway out the door. I leaned in, pressed a quick kiss to Nathan's cheek, and walked out, completely unaware of the wound I had just opened. The night whisked me away. Pounding music, a few too many mojitos, and a kind of carefree laughter that feels like it's stitching your broken pieces back together. It was everything I needed. A gulp of freedom, a reminder of who I was before life became a blur of routines and responsibilities. I checked in once. A quick message saying I'd be back by midnight. He didn't reply. When I finally stumbled to the door later that night, the silence hit like a punch. I figured he'd gone to bed. I kicked off my heels and tiptoed into the bedroom, expecting to find him there, asleep. But the bed was untouched. His nightstand was empty. Half the closet gone. My chest tightened. Then I saw it, a small envelope, neatly placed on my pillow. My hand shook as I opened it. Inside was a single sheet of paper, his handwriting unmistakable, sharp, clean, final. "If you're out looking for someone better, I won't stand in your way. Divorce papers will be delivered tomorrow. I hope you find what you're searching for. Nathan." My legs buckled. I dropped to the floor, clutching the letter, reading it over and over, hoping I had misunderstood. I called him. No answer. The next morning, I drove straight to his brother's place, certain Nathan would be there. He refused to come outside, refused to speak to me. Within days, I got a call from his attorney. The divorce process had officially begun, swift, cold, and final. No talks, no chances to explain, just a wall of silence, all over one foolish joke. But the longer I sat with it, the more I realized it wasn't just that single sentence. It was everything leading up to it. I'd been distant for months, buried in work, emotionally drained, completely checked out. I'd hidden behind sarcasm, used humor to mask the weight I was carrying, pretending everything was fine when inside, I was falling apart. And I never talked to Nathan about any of it. I didn't let him in. Maybe he saw it. Maybe he felt me slipping away long before that night. Maybe my careless remark wasn't the cause, just the breaking point, the final nudge that pushed him over the edge. I replayed that night in my mind endlessly. What if I'd said, for you obviously, when he asked why I looked dressed up, what if I'd stayed home? What if I'd stopped the second I saw that flicker of hurt in his eyes? But life doesn't hand out second chances, only choices and the consequences they bring. And for me, everything came down to 7 careless words. It's been nearly a year since he walked away. I still glance at the driveway sometimes, half expecting to see his truck parked there. I wonder if he ever thinks about me. If he wakes up expecting to find me beside him the way I still do with him. I never went looking for someone else. I never wanted anyone but him. All I ever really craved was to feel noticed again, to be loved the way he used to look at me, with that quiet spark in his eyes. I've learned a harsh truth. Words don't need to be cruel to leave scars. Sometimes the most hurtful things you say are the ones you never really meant.